a perfect fire within our hearts. There lies a spark, love and desire, a perfect fire.
Something big is coming. It's still a secret, but arriving everywhere. The atmosphere is charged with longing and searching. The pilgrims and the mystery lovers know they are gathering now. The sound of prayer drifts across the dawn. It's Muslim, Jew, Christian, Hindu, all mingled, all religions, all this singing one song. The differences are just illusion and vanity. The sunlight looks a little different on this wall than it does on that, and a lot different on this other one. But it's still one light. We have borrowed these clothes and these time and place personalities from a light. And when we praise, we're pouring them back in.
Welcome. Welcome all to our 18th annual Winter Solstice celebration. Tonight is the longest night of the year, the time when the sun rises in the same place on the horizon for 4 days until December 25th, when it once again begins its journey northward. We gather to honor the darkness and the turning of the seasons, to nurture our dreams and hopes, to celebrate our connections to one another. Just as our ancestors gathered round the communal fire during the long nights of winter to tell their stories, to share song and food, comfort and hope, so we gather here in circle tonight.
The winter solstice has been celebrated throughout the world since Neolithic times. In ancient Egypt, it was the birth of Horus. In Rome, the birth of the unconquered sun. In Persia, it was the birth of Mithras. It was celebrated in ancient Neolithic sites such as Newgrange in Ireland and at the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent in Chichen Itza, Mexico. It's the birth of Jesus at Christmas and Yule in Old Europe. All these celebrations and sites share common symbols through vast distances of time and space. Winter solstice truly resonates deep within the human soul.
Tonight, December 21st, 2012, the most anticipated date in history, the end of the Mayan calendar. All over the planet today, people are celebrating the beginning of this new era and the hope for renewal of human culture. To the Mayans, today marks the beginning of a 5,200-year cycle called the fifth sun. This morning, for the first time in 26,000 years, the sun rose, intersecting the Milky Way and the plane of the ecliptic, tracing a cosmic cross in the sky. The Mayan grandfathers call this a return to the beginning. Tonight, we celebrate this new beginning.
If we are to thrive, the Mayans say it is essential that we change our modern ways and take responsibility for the great contamination that man has perpetrated. We must find our way of living in harmony with Mother Earth. Tonight, Spider-Woman sits to remind us of the weaving of time. She stirs her cauldron of changes as we move through this evening. Some say today, of all days, marks the end of the world as we know it. If that means the end of the lies, the exploitation, the greed and lust for power that has ruled the world for millennia, then may it be so.
We as a people have forgotten the sacredness of all life, and instead we put a dollar sign on everything, including ourselves. We are destroying the earth, the oceans, the forests, the atmosphere. And the forces of nature have been responding with awesome and terrifying power to rebalance itself and perhaps to wake us up. As the earth lashes out, fear surrounds us like a vapor of illusion. Let us face some of our fears now in their terrible beauty. Perhaps we can listen to their message and learn to dance with them.
Drought. Drought stalks our fields of corn. The Mississippi River dries up. Deserts are growing, and still water is not cherished and protected. Hear our prayers for those who suffer thirst, for the parched earth. Spread your mantle of green and turquoise, your bright artery of life upon this empty riverbed. Open our hearts to the sacredness of water.
Hurricane, storms swirl and spin, tornadoes and massive hurricanes of wild winds gone mad. Hear our prayers for those who feel the raging wind and rising seas. Blow away the apathy and denial which prevents us from staying centered and aware as we brave the winds of change.
Flood. Rivers, great and small, rise and overflow. Levees break, oceans drown the shores, low cities and islands disappear. Hear our prayer for those who lose their homes and loved ones to the raging, purifying power of water. Wash away the guilt and the judgment that keeps us separated from our own hearts and from each other. We give thanks to the waters of the world. May we surrender to the river of life as it teaches us to live in harmony with all the earth.
Volcanoes and earthquakes are raging all around the Pacific and all over the planet. The fire from deep within the earth spews forth, burning everything it touches, purifying and birthing new earth. Hear our prayers for the earth as she shakes and erupts, releasing pressure, rebalancing her crust. Burn away our false needs and false pride. Fill our hearts with fire of fierce love and protection for the earth and all her creatures as we forge new ways of being together.
Melting glaciers. Snow glides down the mountain as a glacier quietly melts into the ocean or crashes in big chunks into it. Either way, it becomes one with the ocean. Teach us to let go and trust in the journey however it unfolds. Melt away the apathy and hopelessness that closes our hearts to the pain of the earth. Open our hearts to the beauty and splendor all around us.
start reading now. Hurricanes, tsunamis, volcanoes, drought, fire, floods, melting glaciers and rising seas, oil spills, mountains of garbage, radiation, nuclear waste, and a world gone mad. What will the future bring? It's all so scary, isn't it? Are you willing to name your fears? Are you willing to let the fire of love replace the fire in your heart? Just a little? Yes? Then let us speak our fears into the dark cauldron. Spider-Woman weaves the future and stirs the cauldron of time, turning our fears into hope. Later, when we light the cauldron, the fire will transmute our fears into courage, vision, and action. Now everyone, name your fears. Speak, shout, whisper, sing. Speak out your fears.
Apathy, hatred, crazy people, guns, ignorance, staying asleep,
We have named our fears, and we are still here. Perhaps we will find that we are stronger than our fears. Can we face the future with courage? Our fragile planet needs us. There is so much to do, so many habits to break and relearn. We must find our way into harmony with each other and with nature, the earth, our home, our mother, our life support system. Just a tiny planet in the Milky Way galaxy, in a universe so incomprehensibly vast.
Remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour. It's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. And the sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day. In an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour, in a galaxy we call the Milky Way. The galaxy itself contains 100 million stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us, it's just 3,000 light years wide. Now we're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions and billions in this amazing and expanding universe. Galaxies expanding. They're going faster than the speed of light. As fast as you can go, and that's the speed of light, you know. 12 million miles a minute, and that's the fastest speed there is. So remember, when you're feeling very small and insecure, how amazingly unlikely is your birth. And pray that we'll find hope in time on this precious planet we call Earth.
A way of doing things is passing away. Yes, dying today at this very moment in our lives. The paradigm is shifting from one of attachment, accumulation, ownership, and stubbornness. We are now moving into choosing constructive change. Releasing whatever causes stagnation and low energy into a time of accepting support from others, a time to embrace an openness to partnering, supporting, and merging power with others by eliminating non-useful possessions and enjoying things and people without having to own them.
Good line. The planets and lights are ready to move and dance their presence as they are in the sky this very night. They will present their contribution as personalities and their offerings as gifts and challenges. They are symbols of the changes we are about to embrace in our inner and outer lives on this planet and throughout our solar system.
Entering is our beautiful Earth, with her satellite moon representing the Earth body that wants to incarnate with the help of the other elements. The Earth is our mother, our child, our father. We must take care of them. The Earth is our core, the center. It is solid and liquid and fire and gases, teeming with life and ever-changing, adapting, evolving. The Earth shrugs. Get rid of the Earth. The Earth shrugs and cliffs surrender to the oceans. The Earth shakes and alters 1,000 miles of terrain.
The Earth yawns, and all of nature is breathed in and out. The Earth gives birth, nurtures, and recycles the life forms we leave behind on our journey through time and space. The Earth's generous energy is comfortable at this time.
The Earth asks of us, what do we cherish? Who do we nurture? What are our values? Why are we here at this time and in this place? The sun is our life force, our basic potential, and to embrace the soul of who we really are. The Earth is dependent on the sun's light and warmth to come to its highest potential and to embrace the soul of who it really is. The sun is vitality and activates energy, creativity, and the attunement of the soul.
This sun in Capricorn is a patient planner and builder and attuned to the larger picture and structure of life. The sun in this sign wants to shine in a lasting way, to organize and build with clear architectural drawings, a structure of quality, soundness, and magnificence. There is an element of the kind parent here who wants the very best for their all-important family.
The sun asks, what is our destiny? What is our outreach into the world? What is our plan for the next 7 generations yet to come? The moon reflects the sun's light to all. The moon brings to the earth the spirit of the chart, the internal moral compass, It represents intuition, emotions, the secret and inner being, psychic energy, our responsive nature.
This moon today is in the sign of Aries, the impulsive ram, the overachiever who forgets to rest, impatient, assertive, energetic, restless, daring, and playfully childlike.
The moon in Aries wants to know of this new world starting today. Who are we? What makes us feel joyful? How can we bring more playfulness into our lives? The planet Mercury, the messenger of the gods and goddesses, brings to this time the desire to communicate, to express perceptions and intelligence through skill and speech, a need to establish connections with others, the need to learn the lesson and to reason and think through things. This is facile mental energy and thought ready to digest and express in ways never before entertained.
Mercury is at this time in the sign of Sagittarius, the optimist, the explorer, the adventurer, who is honest, philosophical, enthusiastic, freedom-loving, and can embrace all cultures and mores.
Mercury asks, what can we explore? How far can our minds expand? Where are we willing to travel mentally, philosophically? The planet Venus embodies beauty, balance, romance, yin energy, the heart chakra. It is about the capacity to attract and feel the quality of relating to another person, and to our creative and social nature, to the things and people we love and value. Venus wants to feel close to another and has an urge for pleasure, comfort, and harmony.
While Venus is in the sign of Sagittarius, it becomes more direct and optimistic and longs to explore and travel mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, as well as physically.
Venus asks, what does love mean on a higher plane? How can we be more honest in our social life and in the way we create? Can we really love unconditionally? The planet Mars strides in with a will toward action, drive, and physical energy, is self-assertive and aggressive, with an urge to act decisively, a need to achieve desires, and it craves physical excitement. Mars is yang energy, wanting to express the seed of creation with initiative energy and the strength to accomplish what it wants.
In the earthy sign of Capricorn, the goat, it can climb the highest mountain or the ladder of success with authority, discipline, and ambition in a controlled and reserved way. Mars will not waste energy in this powerful, patient sign of great accomplishment.
Mars asks, how can we make this world a better place? What long-term engineering skills does this project need? The planet Jupiter strolls in, reading a book, studying further its desire to learn the meaning of life, truth, and ethical values. It wants expansion through faith, trust, and confidence in life itself. It needs to improve itself. The perpetual student, a lifelong learner, Jupiter dwells in the larger order and is connected with something greater than itself. It has a positive, beneficial, and expansive energy with a feeling of abundance as a right.
In the sign of Gemini, its pace is quickened a little and its charm and sociability increased. It becomes more witty, versatile, and adaptable, also more talkative, interactive, and changeable.
Jupiter wonders, how can we communicate more effectively? And who really are our peers and friends? The planet Saturn is a strict, disciplined teacher who sets a standard and model which you are expected to follow. Saturn is our capacity to create order, form, and discipline in our lives. Saturn is about effort and work. It is the wise elder who has grown with age and experience and has mastered its craft to pass it on to the next generation with order and clarity. You will pass the test if you read Saturn's textbooks.
Saturn in Scorpio becomes the private eye with tenacious intensity and penetrating research into the secretive depths of our collective psyche. Saturn is unlimited in its capacity to probe deeply into what we can do to transform the qualities we need to wrench ourselves from the grip of old, tired, stuck, habitual ways of doing things.
Saturn asks, how did we get here? What have we inherited? How do we transform this legacy? Chiron is the rainbow bridge between Saturn and Uranus, between death and life. It represents the art of dying to a paradigm that is no longer useful nor of good service to humankind. It's about synchronicity and the art of divination, fortuitous accidents where we learn our greatest spiritual alignment lessons. Chiron is the great wounded healer that points us toward what will heal us at all levels. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, psychically, mystically.
Chiron in Pisces is very comfortable with in-depth healing through embracing universal oneness and ecstatic mysticism. Chiron is the healing warrior with a profound desire to protect the nurturing principle in our world, and it is the antidote to excessive political militarism.
Chiron in Pisces asks, what are we using to escape our healing potential? What defenses are we still fostering that keep us polarized rather than reaching for the win-win healing solution? The planet Uranus springs in with a youthful, energetic, fresh outlook on any situation. It brings unique individuality and inventiveness to this time. Uranus wants immediate enlightenment and inspiration to awaken the sleepers. Above all, it demands freedom, originality, and independence from tradition. It provokes change like a lightning bolt and expression without restraint.
In the sign of Aries, its impulsiveness increases, and it demands innovation now. transcendental change now. Its fiery impatience ignites, and its energetic, daring actions are restless.
Uranus asks, who are we? What makes us feel true joy? How can we make a difference right now? The planet Neptune floats as if a cloud shimmering through a fine mist. Now you see it, now you don't. Mostly you feel a presence. Its mysterious, nebulous being dissolves the form of what needs to finish and envisions the form of what needs to begin. It is full of idealism. It has calm, clear wisdom. It is our capacity to transcend the finite self through expressing unity with a greater whole.
Neptune is comfortable in the sign of Pisces, which helps it to swim with openness through our unconscious and conscious selves, weaving connections between states of being.
Neptune asks, what are our deepest, most private stories? Who are we really at the depths of our beings? How do we make time for introspection and meditation? The planet Pluto wants to transform and renew for your highest spiritual good, even though you may not want the changes it initiates. Most often, after a Pluto influence, we are grateful for the changes, but we'll never forget the power and urgency of the time when everything in life changed. Pluto is a huge flood, earthquake, firestorm, tsunami, a volcano, a dramatic manifestation of a long simmering buildup of pressure below the surface that suddenly vents to the surface. Pluto demands regeneration, rebirth, elimination of the old ways.
Pluto in Capricorn is patient and persistent and governs the entire political and social system. The world has a new CEO who is announcing a new business plan that will take us up the mountain like the goat who will climb the heights through hard work. It will be ambitious, reserved, respectable, organized, managerial, and disciplined, and will teach us how to get there as a team.
Pluto asks, what is our larger vision for what we want? How will we make the following and follow the blueprint for our successful journey? Capricorn planets have a master plan that will unfold over several years. The Aries duo of Uranus and the Moon challenges them to step up the pace of the change. It's an emergency and needs action now.
Finally, the Capricorn planets reluctantly agree that they can step up the pace a bit, making it clear that they don't want to be pushed. This challenge will continue through February of 2016, manifesting alternately in times when we feel that the changes are just what we want and need, and other times when we feel it is just too much to endure.
What habitual structures need to break up and transform in our lives? In our world, what fears are holding us back from the changes we need? The planet Saturn has been pondering the state of our earth with much depth of thought and careful research, trying to come up with just the right plan to transform our old destructive ways into a newer, healthier paradigm. Chiron and Neptune dance away Saturn's quandaries with calm and clear wisdom, helping Saturn to dissolve the old ways and embrace the new.
They confidently soothe his fevered brow with their healing and mystical essences. Chiron and Neptune's dance with Saturn is short-lived, only lasting through the summer of 2013. They have a fleeting influence before Saturn returns to a contracted state of worry.
So enjoy the dance of breaking up, softening, possibility, disillusion, and recreating while the music plays. May Saturn and Pluto gain insights from the dance with the other planets that will ease all of our journeys. May we be filled with personal and creative and inventive solutions for our healthy Earth and our social solar system. May our personal healings be accompanied with the unfolding higher consciousness of us all. May we see the light in ourselves that we wish to see in others.
Join us. In the time of darkness, we move in our shadows. Light is sleeping long, slow, and sensually in its nest of dreams for the new year. What are your dreams, O beloved ones? Have you watered your garden of gratitude? Have you offered the blessings placed in your care for all to consume? Is your chalice of beauty, truth, and wisdom full? In the time of darkness, the dreams grow longer. Wisdom spirals in your soul, and the winds of inspiration cleanse and bring new birth to your vision. Drink and eat and dream, dance and contemplate who you are becoming. Rest well and let divine light move through you, cleansing, healing, strengthening, and rejoicing from deep inside the heart in the time of darkness.
Thank you.
Let us banish fear to the care of our courage. Let us ring the bells for others. Have courage and trust that all will be well in the universe and with the divine spark of spirit. We light a new flame from the old, a flame of hope and love that burns fear away. Accept the wisdom of a cleansing flame and let it bring you peace.
To us beauty.
Let us each be a light shining brightly in the darkness around us. Look around. See this community. See this circle. There is great strength, safety, and stability in our caring for each other. Feel your gratitude for this wonderful community, this beautiful valley. Nothing is so powerful a force to change our lives as when we focus on gratitude and each other.
Thank you for your loving heart, your loving hands. Join us. Your loving ways. Thank you for the gifts you bring into the world each day. And if you ever doubt yourself, remember us who love you well. We know all the gifts you bring into the world each day. Thank you for the life we live, the love we share, friends who care. Thank you for the gifts that flow into our lives each day.
Both the Hopi and the Mayans recognize that we are approaching the end of a world age, moving from the age of the intellect to the age of the heart. If we move through the transition with acceptance and awareness, we can and will bring about gradual peace and tranquility. The same theme can be found in the prophecies of many other Native American visionaries, from Black Elk to Sun Bear.
An ancient American Indian prophecy called the Whirling Rainbow Prophecy says, there will come a day when people of all races, colors, and creeds will put aside their differences. They will come together in love, joining hands in unity to heal the earth and all her children. They will move over the earth like a great whirling rainbow, bringing peace, understanding, and healing everywhere they go. We will learn how to see and hear in a sacred manner. Men and women will be equals in the way the Creator intended them to be. All children will be safe anywhere they go. Elders will be respected and valued for their contributions to life. Their wisdom will be sought out. The whole human race will be called the people, and there will be no more war, sickness, or hunger.
Yes!
If you have incarnated into this era, as we all have, you have chosen to lend a hand to help bring balance to the earth. The Maya give us hope that we can return to a harmonious life, but it won't happen magically without our participation. The greatest wisdom is in simplicity: love, respect, tolerance, sharing, gratitude, forgiveness. The real knowledge is free. It's encoded in your DNA. All you need is within you. Great teachers have said this from the beginning. Find your heart, and you will find your way.
Take a moment now to imagine the perfect world of your dreams. Everyone has one. Just begin to imagine that. Hold that in your heart. And let your heart reveal its greatest vision for yourself, for your family, your tribe, for all the earth. Let your imagination soar. We are the seed planters of new realities. Everyone, speak out loud or silently into the circle your hopes and dreams for the future. Speak your hopes.
Peace, safety,
Love for all.
harmony,
Tolerance.
celebration, joy,
Acceptance.
gentleness,
Safety for our children.
generosity, giving.
Respect for our
Rest.
indigenous peoples.
Respect for all living creatures.
Happiness.
Respect for the animals. Generosity.
Planting trees.
Sharing
No
joy.
GMOs.
Organic gardens everywhere.
Electric cars.
People walking hand in hand.
Sharing.
Dancing in the streets.
Neighborhood parties.
Abundance.
Respect for everything.
Neighbors loving each other and sharing.
Caretaking.
Joy. Sharing joy.
Love for all.
Now, everyone, make one silent wish just for yourself. On the count of 3, as we blow our candles out, see all of our wishes being sent out into the universe to be fulfilled. Okay, 1, 2, 3, blow your candle out, and may it be so.